Looking through the lens, opinions of three friends. Looking through the lens, sometimes they don't make sense.
Dear Unholy Trinity audience, welcome to a movie review. I don't know why, mate. Okay. Yeah, Through the Lens. That's the name of our show. Off to a great start.
Yay.
On my left, Mr. Sunday.
Dear Through the Lens, welcome to Evan Hansen. Welcome to Unholy Trinity. We're dear Evan Hansen. We are Evan Hansen. Fuck, I messed it up.
And on my right is Mr. Gio Evan Hansen.
Dear Unholy Trinity, welcome to Audience Hansen.
Audience Hansen.
Today we are reviewing Through the Lens.
We are reviewing Through the Lens.
Today's episode we're doing
I'll give it a
Dear
1
Evan
out of 10.
Hansen, as you probably guessed. Dear Evan
Oh,
Hansen.
if you guys didn't know, by the way, hi, I'm Evan Hansen.
Yeah. Oh yes.
On my right, that's also Evan Hansen.
I am Tony and Grammy Award-winning musical about Dear Evan Hansen, a high school senior with social anxiety disorder, and his journey of self-discovery and acceptance following the suicide of a fellow classmate. This is directed by Stephen Chbosky, written by Stephen Levinson, starring Ben Platt, Julianne Moore, Caitlin Denver, and Seafull cast and crew, including Amy Adams. I just remember she's in it. Anyhow, shall we get into the first impressions? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. First of all, I think we should address that none of us have seen the musical. That's probably we're reading the film. I know a little bit about the musical due to certain musical experts being Lachlan and Sunday.
Musicals are for rich people.
This is not a musical review. This is
Yeah. Shout out to our informants.
Shout out to the Jones family once again.
Yes.
We're always shouting them out. But
if you want to see our previous reference to the Jones family, make sure to watch our review of What If Episode 8. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Anyhow, what were our first impressions, boys?
Wow. What is this?
Wow.
Movie?
I agree.
Why? Are you mental? You are, probably.
Who is Dio talking to?
You'll find out soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like this one.
I had no opinions, basically.
No opinions.
Yeah.
To be honest, I found Cinderella more entertaining.
Did you?
On some level, yeah. I thought this movie was like boring as shit, to be honest.
I guess it was. I was too immersed in cooking.
Exactly.
And I was just like angry every time he started singing because I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Every time
you don't deserve to sing.
Furiously cutting his meal.
Yeah.
To the song, yeah. Shall we go into acting first?
Sure. Who is our main man?
Ben Platt. I think you probably know what we're going to talk about already, because it's probably the most contentious thing that people have been talking about, which is Ben Platt playing a high schooler, which doesn't work in my opinion. What did you boys think?
I didn't mind that much. Also, I didn't know anything about Evan Hansen previous to watching it. So it looked fine to me. I mean, and also high school students. So in my mind, I could just relate the two things without like my mind being like, oh yeah, he's like 20 something years old. But also, I heard someone else's, I guess, defense of Ben Platt.
Mhm.
If we want to hear it.
Go for it.
Basically, my friend was like, he spent 7 years creating that character. He has every right to act as him.
I do see a point, and I'll give credit where credit's due. He really tries in this movie, and
Yes.
he's a great singer, which he demonstrates in here. However, I felt like he makes the story, which is kind of creepy, a little bit creepier on top of that, just because of his age. And I get why they're doing it. They're obviously he is Evan Hansen, and they want him in the film. It's fine. However, we
Based on
recently
a
saw a
true
movie
events.
called In the Heights, if y'all remember that, where its creator Lin-Manuel Miranda does not play the main character, but plays a side role, which would have been really cool if they did the same thing in this movie and give someone a new chance to play the character, and they could just have him as like a father thing. Someone else who has a little role.
Father.
And it's kind of and his performance kind of reminds me of Andrew Garfield in The Amazing Spider-Man, where he's really trying to do the awkward
I
teen
think he's
thing,
doing the
but
movements
it doesn't
right,
work.
but like he's just old.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Peter Parker, technically, he's also doing the movements. Like he's following the guidebook in a way of how to act, but it feels fake. This is just my opinion again. So I don't know. Maybe you guys felt different.
I just didn't mind, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I thought he didn't look too old. He just looks like a demented kid. You get me? Like
it's not even the right. I don't know what demented means. I just realized.
I guess another word
sure
would be
Oh, suffering from dementia. Or
that
informal
works.
British behaving irrationally due to anger, distress, or excitement. I mean, say what you want. It's not my opinion.
I mean, would saying like a degenerate be better? As in, like he has degenerated. You get me?
Devolved.
But yeah. It changed the lanes from old to just like some kid that looks weird.
And because it's a movie, you got a lot of close-ups and shit that don't do him very good. Is Sunday dead?
How did the rest of the
I
cast?
tried so hard not to spit my water out.
Aren't very kid-like, were they?
Though I will say, Ben Platt's performance is arguably still the most passionate performance out of any of the actors in the film. Like,
Yeah.
you can still feel his love for the character and stuff.
Yeah.
And I gotta give props to that. It's just that, I don't know, casting directors and stuff, they could have figured something better out.
Or maybe
But if he
do we know if it was
insisted
his
to
choice
be
or
in the
not?
movie,
Well, he's not the producer, so it's not his choice. The producer's the one who makes the choices,
he
right?
bribed the producer, man.
I don't know how it works if he's creating a character.
He didn't either. He's not the creator of Dear Evan Hansen, he's the actor. Oh, like in the music. I'm pretty sure. I'm 90% sure because I know.
My friend told me he created the character of Evan Hansen.
Wait, isn't it based on a book though?
I have no clue, so I don't know. I'm just taking what my friend said.
Either way, it's up to the producer and stuff. Which actually connects to my bigger theory about the thing is that it's a cash grab. And the producers and the people behind the movie, I'm going to talk about this more in like the visuals and stuff like that, but they don't give a shit about what they're making. And I feel like the only reason Ben Platt was cast is because they thought they would make the musical fans happy. I guess it's a cynical way of looking at it, but like, let's be honest, I feel like they're cashing in on the recent hype of around like musical movies, I guess, within the heights of Hamilton.
Maybe they
This,
should
yeah.
have just made it Frozen.
Frozen 3,
Yeah,
but
'cause
live
that's
action.
like if you want to actually cash in on the money, where the money's at, you make a kids movie with singing. That's where the money's at.
No, mate, you make Cats 2.
Yeah, that's a kids movie with singing.
That's not a kids movie. That's a horror
Kids
movie
likes
for adults.
cats, and cats be funny. Kids be, oh, mommy, I want to see the cat Taylor Swift.
Mommy, why does the cat hate Mondays?
Yeah,
Yeah.
make a Garfield movie 3.
Going back to acting, I will say that I don't think any of the actors were really bad singers. They were fine.
Yeah.
It was fun to notice.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Alrighty then.
I need to. Sorry, I need to clear up the confusion before. The
Yeah.
musical was adapted into a novel.
Oh, it's
Says-
the other way around.
Yeah. And I kind of can't really be asked to fully figure out who created the character.
Dude, the fucking IMDb is so confusing. It says, the writer was Stephen Levinson, screenplay by, in brackets, right? And then brackets, based
Honestly-
on the musical stage play with book by. That's not even a sentence.
At this point,
Yeah.
I'm gonna refute everything all three of us have said. If you know more about it, or if you're part of the Jones family, leave a comment down below.
Yeah, I was going to say, according to Lachlan, it's from Justin somebody. Like, the team who did La La Land and what's the other one with Hugh Jackman?
The Greatest Showman.
Yeah, it's those people.
Justin Paul.
Yeah.
I don't know about Benj Pasek, but someone in the comments will help us out.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Please.
Yeah, they definitely did. They also did Aladdin.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
But no, save our souls and shall we move on?
Sure. Let's get into the writing, which I feel like there's not much to talk. Like, we can talk about the actual stuff in spoilers because there's like so much to go through, I think.
All right.
But just in a nutshell, what do you think about the writing?
Weird.
I have no opinions as usual.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the writing here. So it's not good for me.
Doesn't really have a. I don't know. I guess it's mixed messagings. And
Or
also,
more like they don't really have a message that they want to convey anyway.
yes. I guess that would be the main cause. They don't have an actual message they want to convey. Therefore, they're just like, oh, here's a vague thing about a thing. And, this happens because it happens.
Yeah. From, I guess, technical aspects, the movie is really fucking long at 2 hours and 17 minutes, and it didn't need to be, which is really interesting because they cut out stuff from the musical and added stuff. So I don't really get why. I mean, creative liberties, but it doesn't really work. I found it like really boring and slow most of the times. And there is heavy dialogue sequence where songs were in the musical, which is why it felt like there were like a lot of standby talking times during this between the songs because songs were cut out and replaced with just dialogue, which just made it worse. What other thing? Other than like the main characters, the whole thing that we'll get into in the spoilers, but just in general, side characters are pretty treated badly throughout the film. The character has one best friend who is hardly in the movie. He's kind of at the start and at the end. They don't even bother doing development with him. Well, I guess that there is development, but it happens off screen, and which is different in the musical, from what I understand, because apparently he's a major part of the musical. but he's not in this one.
He's barely his best friend because of that. He's just like his
Hey,
friend.
the movie said they're best friends, so
But like one scene,
yeah,
he's
so
like,
they must
"Oh,
be.
you're
Well,
my
not-
friend,"
there's
and he's like,
conditions
"Nah."
under which one could be a best friend. It's like,
Yeah.
is best friend a relative thing? Because then is it really saying much at that point?
Well,
is
a
what
best
I
friend
guess
would be an agreement
the
from
argument.
both
Yeah.
parties to be,
Cool.
"You are my best friend."
Are you guys- can we all be best friends?
Do we have our consent forms ready?
We'll sign consent.
Oh, do
Yeah.
we need payment or anything? Like,
$20 application fee.
Like my
is there also going to be a $1 holding fee as well?
Oh yeah.
And like,
Just in
email
case our friendship ends.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a deposit as well. That wait, what's it called? You know when people get married and then they get the thing.
Prenup?
A shared bank account.
Yeah, it's like a prenup for us three.
Uh-huh.
Just in case.
So like a business account.
Yeah,
It's a company account.
Company account.
Yeah. So friendship is kind of just a business if you think about it. That's what we've learned today.
And on the next
Yeah.
episode, find out how you can break up with your friends.
You have to file the friendship divorce. You have to sever you have to go to court. Or just get lawyers.
No, what
Just
what you do is you got to insert a crank into the side of your hand and you got to go.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
You just flip them off. That's it.
Great.
Good advice.
I'm trying to think of other technical, just like shit writing without like the story. It's like the story itself isn't great, but like we'll talk about it as spoilers.
I think they barely explored the character of the dude who killed himself.
Yeah, that's true.
And I feel that that would make it more impactful, really, in all the senses.
Okay. That is a huge change from the musical that I should probably tell you guys about it. Spoilers. They took out a key thing, which I'll tell. Yeah. Also, I wanted to address something, and I can't remember. Guys, come on, help! Oh yeah, the songs themselves are kind of because they cut a lot of things, and it's all a bit. It's totally very fucky, right? Because the entire movie's kind of depressing, with including like the songs and stuff. And there's this one just full comedy song in the early parts of the film, which is Sincerely Me.
Oh, yeah.
Which there's other songs in the musical which were a little more fun, but they were not in here because they wanted to be dark and edgy because that's what all teenagers want apparently.
Tone deaf
Once again,
movie.
executives being out of touch with what people actually want because they just want money.
Bro, I just want cats too.
We'll finance that. I'll write, direct it and stuff. Sunny will do the music.
Jack's also the main actor. He has the furry.
No, I was gonna say Dio will. we'll all be the main actors as well.
But what if I don't consent?
You already signed.
Oh shit! I already did the consent form.
Yeah.
Shit! Fuck! I didn't read the
take
terms
all
and
your
conditions
money.
of the consent form.
Fine print says must star in cats too. Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
Squid Game moment.
All right.
Yeah. Any other writings we want to address for? Because first we'll talk about Spurs.
I guess it is just like tone deaf. It's like they're trying to make us sympathize with this dude who's very fucky.
Yeah.
Who is doing something messed up, man. And they're trying to defend that.
You're actually not. You're not really. You're meant to see
at
him
the
as
end
the
they're like,
bad
oh,
guy, right?
he did the wrong, and everyone don't like him no more, right?
But the thing he does is like very specific, right? It's like one thing. So if the moral of the story is don't do this one specific elaborate thing that the character does,
yeah,
it's kind of a random message. You know what I mean? So I don't. Yeah.
unless they're just doing a very giant vague message of don't lie, which then what's the point of the whole movie?
There is no point. There is no point, and that is
And I feel like if they're trying to portray like a message about anxiety and like I guess mental health, they're not really doing anything. They're just like, oh
unless they're saying like all people with anxiety are bad people.
yeah, they're
Which
saying
is not
people with anxiety are
yeah,
psychopaths.
which is a pretty insensitive
Yes.
way they're doing it. Yeah. They also don't have any clue how to handle suicide and bullying. This
Mhm.
issues, man. All right, then we'll move on and we'll talk about the cinematography. I didn't
Cinema.
like it.
Very, I think it was standard.
Very
Yeah.
standard. And once again,
Run-of-the-mill.
I would just compare this to In the Heights. Like, holy shit, In the Heights is so vibrant and like
Energetic.
the director clearly has clearly cares about what they're doing. And it's so energetic, and the thing just feels like it's all paced so well, and it's well choreographed. Like the cinematography itself feels like a dance to the music. You know what I mean?
They are dancing.
This movie has none of that. None
They
of
don't
that. It's
dance.
fucking boring as shit.
And it's about white people, so they don't dance.
You know what? At this point, just give me a fucking Dutch angle. Just give
Yeah.
me a random Dutch angle. That'll elevate your score.
Didn't they do a zoom?
Yeah. Oh shit! Did they do a zoom? Did
yes.
advance camera tech? Zoom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose the most unique thing about the editing was sort of like the whole integration of like the social media stuff. And
Yeah.
it looked more like at parts at times. Well, I guess it's supposed to look like that. It looked more like one of those what's the word I'm looking for here? When you're like trying to be when it's all like be happy, be hopeful, that kind of video.
Oh, I like I don't know if it's like it. No, it's not an infomercial.
It's
It's,
a happy commercial.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. I mean, I'm hoping the audience can make up for our lack of English skills.
Yeah.
But no, like those sound like that was like the most special editing, I guess.
Well, it's also kind of like if any of you guys have seen The Social Dilemma, you know,
Yeah,
it's like that sort of thing. Because well, I guess it's just standard like showing off text and technology aspect visuals, right? Yeah.
Mm.
Which I guess we're editing of visuals now, by the way. So yeah, we jumped to that.
That's right.
Also, visually, the movie is ugly, like fucking ugly. The entire thing is done in like a gray and
It's very
blue,
bland.
fucking color grading, and it looks awful. Like I could tell from the trailer that they're going for something dark, and it looked
But like
bad. And then watching
they're
the
not
movie,
really
it
going
confirmed
in dark. Really, if they want to go dark, let's go like actual dark, like Batman or something. You know, actual darkness. But this is just bland.
Hey, yeah.
Bubba.
Or
But blind
Bubby.
equals dark. It reminds me of 13 Reasons Why, right? They do two cinematography styles, which is actually a good thing. They'll do one really vibrant, colorful when it's looking back on the past, and then modern day they'll do this ugly, bland thing, and that absolutely works because of that juxtaposition. This one is entirely fucking bland, including in the songs and stuff.
Yes.
Which give like the songs no flavor in this, and makes you question why is this movie? It's not using the movie to its advantage, you know? Yeah.
Maybe it was just lazy editor like me, and he's like, just keep it in the same color profile.
Well, I mean, I guess they would, but they still have to.
But the director's like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right. Finally, we get to the sound and the music. I'll straight up
considering-
say, yeah.
No, you go. I was going to say anything.
I really like the soundtrack for the musical. I felt like this soundtrack it's fine, but the songs are really overproduced. Like there'll be moments where the vocals are completely drowned out by the instrumentals, which is not like the originals. They're in the original thing at times, and it didn't sound very nice at points.
I didn't
That's
pay
my
attention
opinion.
much when he was singing because I didn't
Dio
like it
was
when
just
he's
angry
singing.
the entire time. What were you going to say, Mr. Sunmet?
Oh no, I was just saying, considering it's adapted from a musical,
Yeah.
and then you guys would have said something.
Yeah.
Yes.
But generally, if I'm being honest, the music is probably the highlight of the movie because it's musical and it probably should.
The highlight is when he fell from that tree.
Hmm.
Oh, that's the
Jeez,
highlight.
Wow. Minus spoilers, but like, yeah, okay. Fuck, sorry, I was thinking of something. Oh, okay, so the interesting thing that they did in this one is they added new songs that weren't in the original. Particularly, that one, this is a song that I was telling you guys about, which they used to flesh out a side character. And in my opinion, I thought that was a good change, except it kind of came at the expense of cutting other songs that were in the musical. So it kind of wasn't a good change, but at the same time, the song itself fleshed out a character that I liked. So it was kind of a good change. I don't know. Anything else?
Oh really?
Nah.
All right. Spoilers, eh?
What is it?
Timestamp. All right. The thing I wanted to say before, Connor in the musical, Connor is like a ghost, and he like talks and shit to Evan, which is why Dio was saying like we don't know who Connor is or anything. And that's still, I guess, true in the musical because it would just be Evan, figment of his imagination.
It's like,
and the way they do it in this movie is so fucking lazy. They'll just do like flashes of his face occasionally, you know?
Yeah.
Also, he has a bunch more songs in the musical, but in this one, he only gets Cecilia.
Well, I mean, it seems like his suicide is just a means to an end. It has nothing of value.
Yeah, it feels more like a plot device, I guess.
Yeah.
Whereas he has more of a presence in the musical, and he's like, I guess it shows how Evan's going mad because he sees like ghosts or something.
You mean the voices?
From my understanding. Yeah.
That would be cool if they actually did that, because that means he's like, oh, the guilt, the ghosts are talking to me.
Yeah.
But instead he's just like, oh my god, you leaked my video. Oh, not video. You leaked my letter.
Oh, okay. So let's go through the story. We start with the first song of the soundtrack not being in the movie, so we're off to a good start.
All right.
Interesting. And the first song is kind of a banger. I actually liked that. That's what got me into the album. I was just like, okay, I'm getting into this. Good, but it's not even in the thing. We get waving in the wind, waving through the window and stuff, which is still a good song. Yeah. Oh yeah. So the thing about his broken arm, according to Lachlan, right, is that so the movie his broken arm, I guess, is like a mystery of how he got it in the movie, and it's meant to be a big revelation later that he tried to kill him. But in the musical, it's like always implied, so there isn't the big revelation moment that they put into the movie.
But even in the movie, it's just like, oh, I fell off a tree. So I'm like, okay, cool, you fell off a tree. That's my curiosity fulfilled.
Yeah, there wasn't really much. That's also to do with the fact that I think songs were cut, so because there was the motif of like nobody finding him when he fell off the tree, right? And like that. I guess
well,
that
they
would
didn't
have
really
built.
do anything with that. Really, they're just like, oh, fell down a
Yeah, it could
tree.
have been implemented better, I guess. So that's the thing. Oh yeah, and then we meet his friend, and his friend is meant to be like full comedic relief in the musical, but in this one he gets like a few awkward jokes, I guess. But then he kind of disappears from the movie after he starts writing letters.
Yeah.
Which let me explain what happened there. All right, in the musical, his friend is against the whole thing, right? And the only reason he writes the emails is he gets paid to do it. In this one, he's just happy to help. He's there for the ride, man.
Yeah.
He signed the best friend contract, and in the fine print it said, "Yo, do some manipulation with me." And he's
It's
just
all
like, "Hell
about
yeah,
making
man."
the funny penis jokes.
Yeah,
Penis.
penis. And
I mean, later on, he came back as I don't know, one of the dudes in the mental health thing, and he seems all fine and dandy with it. He's like, oh yeah, I created this.
yeah, he acts like he cares at the very end or something. And that. See, I guess that's character development that happened off screen. And it's not even character development. It's just a sudden change that doesn't even. It's
And I
basically
mean,
he
it's
forgot.
like also like he knew, so he could have just told someone and be like, "You fucking this cunt's lying," but he's like, "Nah, it's all good."
Yeah, which is actually one of the big things of the musical, right?
Yeah.
And it's to do with the song that they cut from the film. During the scene where Julianne Moore's character, the mother, they come back from the meeting with the rich people in the house, and Julianne Moore's character is angry. That's what a song is meant to be, right? But they just do dialogue. And she's kind of like, "Fuck you, kid. Fuck you." And then his friend joins in and goes, "Fuck you." And then that's the point where like everyone turns his back on him, and then he goes, "Okay, I'll confess," and all that shit, you know? But that doesn't happen in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, he faces like basically no repercussions for his actions. The interesting thing is, right? So the musicals, there's a clear he's got the friends, and that's the thing that like that's his repercussions. His friends don't like him anymore because he did shit things. The musical instead sidesides the friends and thinks the movie, sorry, sidesides the friends and thinks that the center of the movie is a romance, I guess, because they treat the sister character as much bigger than I guess she actually is, and I guess she, by her, like I guess semi rejecting Evan at the end, that's kind of his repercussions or something.
Yes. He get no nut.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
And I guess just him not being in the family in his fake family anymore, and he's pretty sad about that. It's like,
yeah, but that's you get. Why should you be the fucking fake family, you little shit? You know.
he wanted to be in the fake family, bro. She's like, oh, I want rich parents.
All right, let's break down every bad thing he does. Number one, he lies and says he's the best friend of Connor. All right. Then
Yes.
he infiltrates the family, pretending to be the best friend of Connor. He plants false memories into the sister, of like Connor and the
He
family
just
of Connor's,
gaslights
right?
everyone.
He gaslights everybody. He tries to bag the sister while knowingly manipulating the entire family. He tries to become their new son because taking advantage of the fact that Amy Adams' character is grieving over the loss of her son and is clearly developing an unhealthy attachment to him. But he's kind of just like, fuck that. Yeah, fuck yeah. I don't like my family. I'm just going to use this to my advantage.
Yes.
He boosts his reputation within school society, gaining a lot of followers
By
on Instagram.
pretending to care.
He becomes a worldwide celebrity.
Yeah,
By
why does he
pretend-
become a worldwide celebrity? There's like a plot thing. It was like, why is he famous?
It does explain. Why do people suddenly care about who Connor is when nobody can remember him? Yeah. Even the sister doesn't really care because she doesn't like Connor.
Because Connor took her $12 when she was 12.
Okay, can I interject and just like defense for
Yes.
for
Sure.
Evan Hansen? Because when I was watching, in my eyes, and having had zero previous knowledge and still zero knowledge about the musical at this point, other than what we've talked about in the episode already, my
Same,
impression is that he didn't choose to do anything. It's just that he has social anxiety, and as he quote him, "word fail."
Mate, he chose his words, did he?
Yeah, I was
He
going to say
chose to speak.
at the start, maybe that was the case, but as it goes on, he makes active choices. At any point throughout his thing, he could have said no, and this is and that's he is meant to be the villain. That's like the point of the musical. So,
but in the movie, he's just
so
like, oh,
I guess what this boils down to is that the
boy.
musical doesn't really know what it wants. Sorry, the movie doesn't really know what it wants to do.
Yeah, and if you're taking what you said about like you having social anxiety, the movie is kind of saying people with social anxiety are bad people. They're taking like a stereotype and making it like he's a fucking.
They're never really explaining what that's what like.
Also, he meets a girl who also has social anxiety, and they connected about that. Then he fucking gaslights her about the whole thing. There are so many points where like the mother is like, "You can tell me the truth. Did you lie?" Oh no, sorry. The girl says, "You can tell me the truth. Did you lie?" And then he creates an even more elaborate lie out of that. He completely gaslights her. Also, just a funny little thing I noticed. There's so many like longing stares, and I feel like they have more chemistry than the actual.
Damn. Bilbo Baggins. I just froze for a second.
Yeah, saw that. Other thing. Yeah, there's a point where he almost just takes money from the rich family to go to college, but the mum was like, "Nah, we don't do that because we ain't a charity case."
But he's like, "Mom, I want the money."
Yeah.
Oh, he specifically said they like me.
Oh, so let's talk about the plot twist of the film, which is not meant to be the plot twist in the musical, which is that he tried to kill himself. And I guess that's a point where we're meant to like care and sympathize with him. The movie just missed the point of the musical because we're not really meant to sympathize with him, and that's what the movie doesn't understand. But anyway, they try to do that, but by making it like he tried to kill himself, doesn't that further make him a worse person? Because it's like he has first-hand experience with suicide, yet he's still knowingly exploiting a kid who killed himself.
Yeah.
And like, just everything, like the things he's done, borderline illegal, right? Like faking an email and stuff. That's literally identity theft. So the man should have been in prison.
But the family's like, no, I don't want to lose my son.
Yeah, he takes
They've already
advantage
been
of
gaslighted too much.
Oh, he's the fucking demon, the dweller in the darkness from Shang-Chi. All right, bear with me now.
Eh?
All right.
You gotta go quoting
Dwell
my
in the
movie like that, man.
Yes, I will. Dwell in the Darkness takes advantage of Wenwu by pretending that the mother is still alive.
His
That is
identity
kind of
theft,
what
man.
Evan does. He manipulates the family by pretending that he was the friend of Connor to keep Connor's spirit alive, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's funny is, as Connor's best friend, he's not grieving at all. He's just like, haha.
Yeah. Kind of just tries to bang the sister. That's kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, especially I think if you see the sister point, you can't really argue social anxiety there because that's a clear choice. Like that's like the point where he decides to date the sister. That's his decision. No one else is making him do that. That
Yes.
has like kind of not really anything. Like the whole point of that, in fact, is that it has nothing to do with the lie. Kind of, she's like, I like you regardless, right? So that literally has like very little connection except the fact that he manipulated his way into the family.
But like, she wouldn't have
And it's
gotten
kind
to
of
know
treated
him
as sort of
without
a
him
separate yet
wiggling
connected.
his way to the family with it.
Yeah. So furthermore, that is an active choice. Yes.
Yes. My anxiety made me gaslight the whole family.
Yeah. Well, and technically gaslight the entire world, right? Because BB kind of
It's
just goes
famous.
like he makes him famous. Yeah, that's just kind of it for me, I guess.
10 out of
I'm just
10.
choosing not to participate really, because I don't feel
Yeah.
like I want. I don't
You
feel
don't
like
want
I
to
don't
bash
have
on this
anything to
film?
participate.
All right.
The Evan Hansen, more like Evan Manson.
Mm.
You gonna say Charles Manson?
Yeah, Charles Manson.
Yeah. Oh, just want to point out a little bit of a miss on the scene. There's a bit where they're looking at the cast, and all it says on it is "con," which is clearly a reference to how he's conning the family.
Con.
Con. Also, just in general, the way the movie takes itself so seriously, but not like to the point where the actual issues are being taken seriously because they're barely being touched upon.
Yeah.
But the movie's just fucking because the like I told you guys, the musical's a comedy, like a comedy drama sort of deal, right? But they want to be not.
That's why also the comedy songs and bits, they're just like very out of place in the
There's only one
mood they're
comedy song in the entire
establishing.
movie,
Yeah.
which is Silly Me, and it feels so out of place. Like Connor's dancing in that one. He doesn't speak a word in like most after that point.
Yeah. Ghost Connor only appears in
Yeah.
that scene.
Yeah.
And they're gay.
Yeah. That's funny song. I like that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting a sore throat. Can we go to verdicts
We
now?
can end it. Yeah.
All right. Final verdicts. Take it away, dear.
Bad. 2 out of 10.
Oh,
What did I give Cinderella?
Give it a 1.
I gave it a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll go bad 2 out of 10. I actually think I think the music makes it better than Cinderella.
I have no opinion, so I'll just go with you guys. I'll give it a 2.
All right.
Good lad.
Yep. Mine average 2 out of 10.
Better than
like
Cinderella.
better than Cinderella.
Cinderella was a 1.5.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. There you go, folks.
All right. Give us a like, subscribe, etc. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.